The Honorable Liberia Senate Review Section. Capitol Building, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Honorable Pro Tem and members. I am the Honorable Director of the Honorable House of Representatives in session. The forward year to archive Horses in Growth Bill No. 2 entitled an act to establish the Liberia National Rehabilitation Commission, LNRC, passed into the full force of the law by the Honorable House of Representatives on Tuesday, November 11, 2025, at the hour of 14:09 GMT through its regular session, and hereby request your timely concurrence. Please accept Honorable Pro Tem and members the renewed assurance of my highest esteem. Sincerely yours, Gabriel N. Sayo, Chief Clerk. First one. The second one. The Honorable House of Representatives. The Honorable Liberia Senate in session. Capitol Building, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Honorable Pro Tem and members. I have the honor by directive of the Honorable House of Representatives in session to forward yet to attach Horses in Growth Bill No. 1 entitled and I ratify the financing agreement. Additional financing for the South Eastern Corridor Road Asset Management Project, SECRAM. The above mentioned bill was passed into the full force of law by the Honorable House of Representatives on Tuesday, November 11, at the hour of 14:09 GMT during its regular session, and hereby request your timely concurrence. Please accept Honorable Pro Tem the members the renewed assurance of my highest esteem. Sincerely yours, Gabriel N. Sayo, Chief Clerk.
A two instrument?
Yeah.
One or what?
They don't have loan.
They are all already passed the one. Okay.
So I think we pass the rule.
So the motion will consider that. Yeah. Now, two different communications from the House of Representatives. First of all, we are just speak up China.
Mr. President, the Senate distinguished colleagues, I move that the second that the communication referring to establishing a rehabilitation commission be tabled to the Committee on Judiciary. And the one that was doing be tabled to the Committee on Ways and Inspectors.
Communication from the House of Representatives sent to the Bureau Committee, Germany. Are you ready to vote?
Already.
My readiness is to the movement, constitutionally the financing bill emanates from the lower house, but the Senate considered the ratification of the SECRAM project. Yeah, of the SECRAM project, and I think it was approved. It was approved and tabled for this instrument to come. So my readiness is the movement that they approved and table ratification of the SECRAM project be lifted, and it should serve as a concurrence to this ratification that just came from the House.
So I said.
Just to modify for readiness. I'm ready to vote. Sticking to his motion that the Committee on Judiciary compares what came from the House. Before you do compare, why is different version? So because we pass it, they have passed it, there's a need to show that we harmonize why it is different version of the change something there. So I think we should stick to the original motion, so the Judiciary Committee will look at it
And if there's no changes, then next Tuesday, we can go ahead and proceed.
Mr. Chairman, I'm former speaker of Florida. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so then they're comparing.
Yeah, I keep the comparison. Yeah, so those people are financial instruments and they have changed it. But there's a possibility they might have changed something. So let us verify.
Thank you.
The chairman, sorry, that former speaker.
I know, I get it. Former deputy. I get it, not this one.
It's never the former.
So if we move a second,
I think I still know what it was.
he said to the Bureau community, on the regular service line, those in favor say yea.
Young
This
man.
is on President's Day.
The communication from Senator Thomas Yadani of Grand Julia County regarding the confiscation of merchandise from the ordinary citizens who are trying to make ends meet. Financially, it will rule it, but their hopes are dashed by the decisions of the LNP and the Chief of City Police officers.
Yes.
November 19, 2025, the President Contemporary and Distinguished Police of the Appalachian State, Capitol Building, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Honorable President Contemporary and Distinguished Police, referencing confiscations of merchandise public under citizens who are trying to make ends meet financially in Monrovia, their hopes are dashed by decisions of LNP and civil police officers. The Liberian National Police, the LNP, and civil police officers are in the habit of confiscating merchandise when the market remains that sell goods on the city streets, especially red lights. By the PS bad is that goods are seized from the petty traders and never returned to them. Similarly, the police regularly seize motorcycles from the cyclists and in the traffic after 10 p.m. without returning the bikes on the next business day. I'm told that petty traders take the goods for credit, but that never leads towards the agreement to sell and return the principals to the store and keep the profit. When the goods are confiscated and not returned, the owner buys the day-to-day living of the business people. Those goods are seized. It also endangers the rescue agenda and issue and economic development. Additionally, it puts creditors at the financial loss. As a member of this government, I need some clarity on the motives of the LNP and civil police officers. How do their behaviors benefit this government and its people, especially the people who like to have their own money? What level of their consciousness facilitates the decisions? Honorable Potem, I hereby recommend that these two entities, the LNP and the civil police, appear before the plenary to clarify all the factors that influence the decisions. Sincerely, Honorable Thomas Janine, Chairman, Senate Committee on Labor. Mr. President of the Senate and presiding officer, distinguished senators, and reading recommendation for Senator Thomas Janine of Bridget County.
Our communication from young women containing the LNP and civil police. Roger William Berger. President of the Senate, distinguished colleagues, I move that I can be seconded at the communication from our distinguished colleague, Senator Nicholas of Grand Julia County to receive and chair one of the committees on defense and security and judiciary to be investigated, to report to the body in 1 week. And I proponent of the communication, you want 2 minutes to elaborate on the communication. Thank you.
2 seconds.
We move in second. And the communication between what is coming on security and judiciary. We need to open. Are you ready to go?
Ready.
Well,
Yeah, can I go out?
you the comments here?
You know I don't do that. Wait, the jail, man. Motion. Mr. President, I would be relevant if you could telephone me. I had the Minister of Internal, the Committee of Internal Affairs, because they control the city mayor and the director of police, and the city police. So the Committee of Internal Affairs and the Janine to this hearing. So I feel very important we can add Internal Affairs to this committee.
You should speak one.
Okay, I will eloquently out in
Thank you.
Anyone on readiness? Readiness on the side, do it, feel us again? Again?
Excellency, thank you for giving me the floor. This has been a habit for the past 2-3 years now, that the civil police and the national police officers in Monrovia will regularly go to red light, carry a pickup. Those who are selling on the streets probably and are supposed to be selling there at a particular time, they will grab their goods along with a wheelbarrow and just dump it in the pickup. And not just one seller, they will continue to dump that pickup until the pickup is packed with goods, and they sit on it and they go. And there is no recourse. Those whose goods have been seized do not have the opportunity to get the goods back. It's the regular practice. Secondly, after 10 p.m. in Monrovia, most of the junctions, like for example, Dupo Road Junction, motorcycle cannot go and pass Dupo Road Junction. They will seize the motorbikes from the cyclists, and the next day the cyclists will not get their motorcycle. I filed a complaint a couple of times with the IG of brand new motorcycle, and I took from the gentleman who was doing work there. Up to now, he knows the police officer will file a complaint, and the young man never got his motorbike. My issue here is this a law instituted by the police or the city police? What is the purpose of seizing goods that you have returning? At least if the gentleman violates the law, then you should itemize whatever you have taken from him and say you want to pay a fine. Come to the police station at the third or this destination. Bring the fine, we'll give you your goods back. But that's not what's happening. So, let's find out what is happening here. How is their behavior benefiting this government and the people of Liberia? Thank you very much.
And I just bring a small water. Yeah, it's good, bro. Hey, man, dog, you know, I'm good.
Steve Mills.
Application from Senator Samuel
He was inspired.
seeking the indulgence of plenary to retain the USD 150,000 subsidy allotted to the PYD University National Budget of the Liberia fiscal year 2026.
So from up 2025, the North Lawrence, President for temporary administrative legislature, Governor of the Monrovia area. The Honorable Porter and members have the honor to present to you my distinguished colleagues compliments and yearly by city the daughters of Kendary to retain the US $150,000 subsidy in order to PYU University in the National Version Office. They will interest you more federal police. You know that sensitive of the police law Johnson in 2024 of fiscal year under which the PYU University received the amount of US $150,000 in subsidy from the government of Liberia. The university has sent the company financial difficulties due to the significant reduction in a reward from the fiscal year 2025 and the proposed fiscal year 2026 national budget. Considering the need for temporary education in Liberia and population the theory of Kansas City as an emerging commercial city in Liberia, the need to retain said university for government subsidy cannot be overemphasized. Regards very truly yours, Senator G. Cooper, Honorable Senator Lima the President of the Senate
Thank you, Mr. President. The Senator Distinguished Police, having listened to the communication from Samuel Toga, sending your communication was on financial, until the 7th. And that communication is sent to the Committee on Ways, Means and Finance. And in considering that communication, that you consider all other similarly situated institutions in the Republic. All institutions in the Republic have similar subsidy for the Republic like they are for the national field. Thank you.
I second the motion to provide all level rights for our.
We say the check it.
Are you ready to vote? The request from Senator Cooker of Lima County, I move that can obtain a second that the document be sent to Ways and Means and Budget for deliberations for the PS7.
Then more the second communication thing, share all the Committee on Ways, Means and Budgets. Are you ready to vote?
Already.
And the program will be given 2 minutes.
Already.
Senator Snow. There's a moment, are we ready to vote? In sending the communication to the Committee on Ways, Means and Finance that all universities, including the one in Greenville, you consider
Excellency, Randy has already in the budget, so I reject.
The presiding colleagues, the communication has broader implication for the education sector. So I want the Committee on Education to be added to by the movement. Thank you.
You okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
okay.
Already said that.
The answer, are you ready to vote? Vote in favor, say yes.
Yeah.
Against? Senator
Ebola, you have 2 minutes. It's President, President of the Senate, Federal Police, let me extend my thanks and appreciation to all of you for the fact that the motion gave all the spirit. As you may recall, Senator Johnson was one of our police, and through that we strive to build a university. And as we speak, there have been persistent demonstrations by the student populace on ground that there are no fundings to administer and carry out smooth system at that university. Therefore, I'm asking my police indulgent to please assist that this communication go through so that the school will survive. Thank you.
So you get your over in the tank, they put on
Communication concerns that's on the Grandmaster County.
Yeah,
1925, the Honorable President Contemporary members of the Liberia Senate Capitol Building, Monrovia, Liberia. Yeah, Honorable Contemporary. Compliments and to bring to the attention of the Senate a long-standing financial obligation owed by the government of Liberia to Grandmaster County Africa Retail Social Development Fund, the SDF. As you are aware, the Social Development Fund constitutes a legally established benefit to support the affected counties, Grandmaster, Midland, and Long, in fulfillment of commitments made under the Rural Development Agreement, MDA. Despite the sanitary obligation, Grandmaster County has not received a portion of the SDF from the government of Liberia for fiscal period 2020 to 2022, particularly in the amount of $8 million. This delay payment has faced significant constraints on development programs, county administrative operations, and community-based projects that County Student Development Fund specifically intended to support. The people of Grandmaster County have waited patiently, but the development needs remain urgent and unmet. In light of the above, and recognizing the central government's fiscal challenges, we respectfully request that the Honorable Liberia Senate ensure that the government of Liberia references and ties the $200 million for expenditure bonus fees placed in the national budget fiscal year 2026 for concession-related agreements as a source to settle the outstanding $8 million to the county. We thank you for your attention to this important matter and we are available for any further clarifications if necessary. Respectfully yours, Honorable President Dr. Finlay, Senator of Grandmaster County, and the office. Mr. President of the Senate and presiding officer, distinguished senators, reading of application from Senator President Finlay of Grandmaster County.
Now the communication from Senator Finlay. grandfather accountant, on the social development fund from Asla Mitama, people of Massa. Michael William Pedro, Senator Aaron Taylor.
The President of the Senate is still having listened to the reading of the communication from our court Senator Brother Garfield. I move that the communication be received, accepted, turned over to the committees on with municipal and water and internal affairs. And report to this plenary on Thursday next week. Also move.
We move a second. Already having.
The President of the Senate Distinguished Police, having listened to the reading of the communication from our colleague, the Senator President Garfield of Nassau County, City Administration, Social Development Fund from Abia from the county, I move that the communication be received, accepted, turned over to the committees on where made part of the budget and internal affairs, and report to this body on Thursday next week. I move.
We move a second that the communication and turn over the communion with Ms. Finance and internal affairs. To report in 1 week. Are you ready to vote?
Ready.
Which other? To the movement, I'll be ready to vote if you accept this amendment. Consistent with what you said, it can be recalled during the Ebola and Corona period. We have requested for extension in terms of making redundancies of our application. The NEMA, I think, as well as that is going 8 million. I don't know NEMA. Okay, 12 million, thank you. So I will be ready to vote if your motion can contain that.
So there were revenues coming from NEMA, being very reasonable for the good people of NEMA.
Consistent with procedures that have been given. I'm asking for 2, I'm not asking for 1 minute.
I will tell you, they offer got 2 minutes, you just said it all now. So now already there.
Got 2 minutes.
You have 2 minutes, you can somebody on tell someone, so I can tell.
They got 2 minutes.
You got 2 minutes.
We got 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Mr. President of the Senate, distinguished colleagues, taking into consideration that this issue was across
other counties, including ITV.
The documents.
Yes. I'll be ready to vote if the committee to take the necessary resolution. The amount moved by the government, by the council of the session.
The organizers of the movement being reasonable to this issue, I will accept that this thing be considered.
Thank you.
Thank you, because I want to.
The report for non-business strength.
I would appreciate it.
That's no lawyer.
Yes. I will be ready to vote. I said I will be ready to vote. Was it closer saying that Mano?
I saw a big time in the whole country. When I said those in favor say yea, again. This is on President's Day. Communication. Okay.
Thank you all for giving my communication the attention. I think it's an issue that affects all of us that come from counties that have concessions that funds were paid to. Our people did not receive the necessary development for these funds. Specifically in this case, Lima, 12 million, Basel 8, and Bone 4. From the ArcelorMittal funds, $4 million was paid in 2021, and those funds were not remitted to the counties. This communication is centered around that. However, there are also other counties, funds that were paid and also did not receive those monies. And so, Mr. President, my distinguished colleague, I want to appreciate all of you for giving us this opportunity to look into this matter. Thank you.
I'm not coming and you want to say They being rescued. I got being rescued.
Report from Steering Committee. Report from the Joint Committee comprising the committees for public operations, judiciary, human rights claims and petitions on court, Liberia Sea and Inland Port Decentralization and Modernization Act. Recommendation. The Joint Committee unanimously recommends to the plenary of the Senate for the passage of said bill entitled the Liberia Sea and Inland Port Decentralization and Modernization Act. Signed, members of the Committee on Public Operations, Senator Anthony J. Emmanuel Chair, Senator Councilor Augustine S. Chair, Co-Chair, Senator Zoe Emmanuel Pennant, member, Senator Sir H. Joseph, member, Senator Simeon B. Taylor, member, Senator Johnny K. Payne, member, and Senator Joseph K. Jala, member. The Committee on Judiciary, Senator Councilor Augustine S. Chair, Senator Joseph K. Jala, Co-Chair, Senator J. Emmanuel Nukwe, member, Senator Simeon B. Taylor, member, and Senator J. Alex Tyler, member. Mr. President of the Senate and Presiding Officer, the reading of the report from the Joint Committee comprising the committees on public operations and judiciary, human rights claims and petitions on Liberia Sea and Inland Port Decentralization and Modernization Act.
Now the report from the Joint Committee on Public Cooperation, Judiciary, Human Rights Claims and Petition on Liberia Sea and Inland Port Decentralization and Modernization. What a real pleasure.
Yeah, they're asking now, what are we manifesting the necessary required improvement on the legislation. I hereby move that the Senate accept and vote in the passage the bill as reported, so that our voting get the required. I so move on voting. So I
Are you ready to vote?
yeah.
Already. President of the Senate, distinguished colleagues, there are two bills that were passed here and sent to the President for his approval. The President, in his wisdom, vetoed sections of the bill and sent them back to the legislature. I want to thank the Joint Committee for the work, but precisely before we can vote, my amendment is that the Joint Committee, either the chair or the lead chair, can explain to this plenary the sessions that were vetoed and how they were corrected by the Joint Committee before we can take the vote. That's my amendment. The veto.
All right, that's what you thought about.
The lead committee chair.
No.
All right, you should put down.
We work as a joint committee, so I don't think it's a judiciary that does that or public of committee. All right, colleagues, the President of the colleagues, as the senator from Maryland already said, there were two bills referring to the decentralization of our ports, seaports, for that matter. One was for decentralization, and the other one was a regulatory instrument to support the operation of the seaports. The bills were passed by us, concurrence from the other side, and went to the president as he wrote the bill. The president line vetoed, or partially vetoed, the two bills with certain concerns.
Right.
First, regarding the not much as far as the decentralization bill itself is concerned, except for the title of the bill, which was Liberia Seaports Decentralization Act, and that purported to create not only seaports but inland ports as well. So the president vetoed that, especially as to the nomenclature. Meaning that instead of just seaport, Seaport Decentralization Act, it should be it should include the narration in the bill itself. The narration in the bill carries seaport, inland, and seaports. So it was a matter of changing the nomenclature, the title of the bill, and the committee respectfully did that. We changed the title of the bill from Liberia Seaports Decentralization Act to the Liberia Inland and Seaports Decentralization Act. So we took care of that concern of the president. As to the regulatory framework that will guide the operations of the Bureau of Ports. Okay. So yeah, so there was so that's it. That was
So there were basically three concerns on this item. The first concern had to do with the detail of consent. The president said it didn't align with the 1970, so that was corrected. The second one had to do with the provision in the act where it was indicated that the definition in the NPA Act will still apply to the sequel deeds, etc. So the president was concerned as whether after this, the port authority has to still be valid. Which of course will never be. So that was also removed, and all the definitions that needed to be incorporated in this item were also incorporated. The third question had to do with the board membership. The president, in the item we had the provision for 9-member board. The president said that was excessive. So this time will be reduced to 7, 4 statutory board members, and 3 non-statutory board members. So those were 2 concerns on this item. Thank you.
To remove our people to vote to accept this amendment. By constitution, when the president veto a bill, 2 things happen. Either land veto or veto everything. When it gets back to the legislature, it is our brother to override the veto. It is so wish in an event where the bill was uttered by the president, it requires formulation of a bill giving the duty of what unfolded, consistent with the lower house and the House of Senate. So be ready to vote. If this identical instrument that was sent from the president, the 2 houses can be on it and come out with a logical conclusion. So what is different from one of the because German.
So, the formula that they'll and the president deadline to all the issues that we enumerated, that on this particular concerns which we addressed. And by law, as the rightfully stated, the bill should go, to go back to the house on which it originated here. Now that we have done the necessary correction, as the president consigned, once we pass on the thing will be forwarded to the House of Representatives.
Is that why you're requesting the report?
Yes, I think that's what I'm saying.
You withdraw right here. So with that, those who feel say yeah. Again. The primary committee to adjourn the House of report from the Joint Committee comprising the committees of public operation and judiciary, human rights, on Liberia C and E-levels regulatory action point. Predicated upon the communication from the President of the Liberia on the allocation of the Liberia Port Authority, she was referred to the Joint Committee for Public Operation and Judiciary Human Rights Petition in order to address the President's concern as part of the communication of people. The Joint Committee having the text wish to address the following concerns. A. Structural issue. The President contends that the content of the bill does not align with the first meeting. In view thereof, the Joint Committee has recommended the name the Liberia C and E-levels Regulatory Act of 2025 as an act to create an independent C and E-levels regulatory authority to provide for regulation and sustainable development of seaport and inland port operations and services in Liberia to facilitate safer, orderly, and transparent development of port facilities and services and for any other purpose incidental thereto, and to create the Liberia Sea and Inland Port Regulatory Agency Act of 2025. B. Substantive issue. The President, in his letter of veto, stated that the bill overlaps with the Liberia Maritime Authority and the Maritime Law of Liberia, and that the general powers conferred upon such a bill are both broad and far-reaching, which presents a tremendous amount of conflict and overlaps in terms of its responsibilities to those of the Liberia Maritime Authority, which will substantially render the Liberia Maritime Authority partially redundant, giving it only ship registration, essentially unrecognized and also to necessary. In view thereof, the Joint Committee has recommended under Section 202 Policy Framework Committee, which is in furtherance of and conformance with the power and duties I assigned under this Act. The Joint Committee considered that the consistent provisions in the bill dealing with the Liberia Maritime Authority are hereby deleted. Recommendation. In light of this, and in accordance with the statutory responsibility of the Joint Committee, coupled with the immense benefit Liberia and Nigerians seek to achieve, and considering the importance of the Sea and Inland Ports Regulatory Act of 2025, the Joint Committee unanimously recommends to the plenary of the Senate for the passage of said bill entitled Liberia Sea and Inland Regulatory Act of 2025. Signed, Committee on Public Operations. Senator Anthony J. Emmanuel Nuko, Chair. Senator Chancellor Augustine S. Chair, Co-Chair. Senator Zoe Emmanuel Penner, Member. Senator Sir H. Joseph, Member. Senator Simeon B. Taylor, Member. Senator Johnny K. Pehe, Member. And Senator Joseph K. Jala, Member. For the Committee on the Judiciary, Human Rights and Petitions. Senator Councilor Abbasi S. Member, I'm Chair. Senator Joseph K. Jala, Co-Chair. Senator J. Emmanuel Nuko, Member. Senator Simeon B. Taylor, Member. And Senator J. Alex Tyler, Member. Mr. President of the Senate and Presiding Officer, the reading of the report of the Joint Committee comprising the Committees of Public Operations, the Judiciary, Human Rights and Petitions on the Liberia Sea and Inland Regulatory Act of 2025.
You said that? Now, the report from the Joint Committee on Public Operations, Judiciary, Human Rights and Petitions for the Liberia Sea and Inland Ports Regulatory Act of 2025. Father William President. Senator General.
Enjoy the food.
Senate, distinguished colleagues, having listened to the reading of the report from the Joint Committee comprising the Committees on Public Account and Public Corporation, Judiciary, Human Rights and Petitions on the Liberia Sea and Inland Ports Regulatory Act of 2025, and the Joint Committee having addressed the large veto consent of the President of Liberia and cleaning up to fall in line with the concerns of the executive. I move that the report be received, endorsed, and voted first to pass the bill for the appropriate action to be taken to send to the House of Representatives for concurrence.
It's been moved and seconded that the appropriate action be taken for the passage of this bill. Are you ready to vote? Ready. Madam,
I'll be ready to vote. In the moment, I'll be ready to vote if the movement will accept that just as we did with the subsidiary bill accompanying this regulatory bill, that the key item that was vetoed by the president, the concern raised concerning the company that has to do with
maritime be explained at least for 1 or 2 minutes before we proceed to the project as we did.
Understand?
Thank you.
Yeah, so,
So that's comments making the chairman judicial report. Also, if you get some kids, what does it mean? So as there's 20 regular indicator, quite sure this is where for the bank of plan wants to state problem issue. The whole issue of the bureau, there are 2 core issues. The first has to do with the dedication of maritime related functions to the regulatory authority. And the president indicated that if this bill was passed, we approve, it will make the maritime authority somehow redundant in terms of executing some of its functions. Because in the Act, it's clearly indicated that the regulatory authority was going to be responsible to an operator. There's a provision that stated that the regulatory authority will establish and improve port or harbor facilities when necessary and operate and maintain such port or harbor facilities. You can't be regulating and then you operating harbor and port facilities.